Notice this time when we stop is little spots that look like fluid of some type going all the way down the boat trailer. This fluid's a bit disconcerting because it is a late Saturday afternoon right now, and I am in the most remote part of Nevada, so not a good time or place to be having any sort of car trouble.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
I figured out what this fluid is, and it's actually, it's not great, but it's actually good news because it's not the truck. What it is when I was cleaning out the storage room, I threw away a few things in a sack, and one of those things was a container of oil that had a little bit of oil left in it. And I didn't know where to dispose of that, so I took it with me, figured I'd deal with it. And the bag is flipped upside down and the oil is leaked out, and it's leaked down through the bed and come out right about at the axles. So we have distributed the oil that I didn't know what to do with across 2 states very slowly. Not exactly what I plan to do with it, but at least it's not the truck leaking and we're not going to be stuck anywhere. So we got a mess to clean up, but we're not stuck. So that's the news. So we're filling up here in Hawthorne, and this is real annoying. $75 at a time is all you can pump, which means that we get 14 gallons, and that is not even close to enough for the truck. So we have to run this, 2 should be enough times. It's a super annoying thing. You really need to up the dollar amount with these gas prices. So I just pulled off the highway here at Walker Creek Reservoir, and there's an area you can just kind of pull up and make camp. And so went ahead and took that opportunity since it's getting late and the RV park that I went by was totally booked. So a few other people are camped along the way here. There's a nice view of the lake, so not a bad place to stop. So I'm down here at the edge. I just walked down from the boat, which you can see up there on the hill. And I walked down to the edge to see what this lake is really like. And I guess what I want to call it is it's a dying lake, because when you go down the hill, they have signs that show you all the old water lines. The lake used to be all the way up there by the highway, and now it's all the way down here. And so obviously knowing the lakes, how the lakes are around here, is probably super briny, super high minerals, salty, that kind of thing. So I was at least happy to see there are a few ducks out there. But and I don't know a whole lot about the lake, but look at the edge right here. I don't know what this slime yellow stuff is, but some kind of algae maybe. But yeah, it's an interesting lake for sure. And I know its footprint is actually quite large, but then I know that you can see where the grass is right over here. I mean, probably just a couple years ago, the lake was right up there, so it's shrunk considerably just in the last couple of years. I mean, it's kind of pretty looking. It doesn't smell bad, I can tell you that. Salton Sea, smells horrible. You can't even get near the dang thing. This doesn't smell bad at all. There's no bugs that I can see, so I mean, maybe a bug here and there, but I mean, really not bad for just sitting next to it. So an interesting footnote, this lake is so low that and I don't know exactly, like over there maybe it's the same, but as you get down this low, it is like a beach. I mean, it's literally soft sand because we're so far down and so much stuff's decomposed over the years. It actually feels like you're walking on beach sand, and it looks and feels like that too. It's wild. You could build a sandcastle. I don't know if you'd want to get near the sludge there, but well, it looks like sludge. But the sand is real nice. So just interesting footnote. So after walking all over this place, I finally stumbled upon this. Here it says that there is a fee for camping here. I figured there must be something, but it didn't say anything coming in and there was no signs. It was kind of weird. But the thing is so faded you can't even read what it is. But I'm pretty sure it says that primitive camping is $4. And since I'm not parked at a picnic table or near a restroom or anything like that, I'm just pulled off on the side of the road. I'm going to call that primitive camping. I don't know what that exactly means, but I think it qualifies for what we're doing. So we're going to scrounge up, it looks like $4. I can't read it. I'm going to scrounge that up, I guess, and stick it in there. Alright, so to update, I actually got a shower. It wasn't that cold because it's been a warm day, and got a legit shower, so that's nice. And now I'm trying to cook dinner, and look at this situation. Something in the drawer is flipped up from traveling, so the drawer won't open. And I took out the lower one, but it's, ow, freaking sliver, it's boxed in. This side it's boxed in. There's a tiny little gap. I can't, that's where my lighter is to light the stove. I mean, it has a push button lighter, but I don't think it's, I never tried it. Maybe oh, now that's the light. Never mind, you have to manually light it. So my lighter is in here. What kind of problem? What kind of problem? And now I got a sliver under my fingernail. Great. So I'll let you know how this dinner goes, but so far boiling water for noodles is not working out. Okay, so an update. So the new stereo is working awesome. It's so nice. And I can't play it for you. I'm sorry, I had to pause it. But to bring you up to speed, I found some tiny tweezers, and I got the sliver out from under my fingernail with some work, thank God, because that was not fun. And the drawer is now, I fiddled and it needs some repair now, but it kind of did anyways. And I got it unjammed, got the lighter, lit the water, got some pasta sauce ready to cook. So we're gonna make spaghetti in the end. Got another beer. It's been almost 13 hours driving today, and I started at 4 in the morning, so I feel justified. And it's beautiful outside. The water is stunning. It feels right to be on a boat right now because the water's so beautiful, even though we're not on the water. The reflection is beautiful. The snow in the mountains over there, and you see it in the water. It's pretty incredible. And the temperature is now getting a little bit cool, but that's okay. The boat stays pretty warm even without the heater on, so I'll be fine. I got lots of blankets. I'm trying to capture how beautiful the reflection in this lake is. It's an illusion. I mean, you can see the snow-capped mountains in the water. Isn't that crazy? How beautiful is that? All right, morning of day 2, and one thing I think is great is the boat is staying nice and warm. I mean, you might be able to see this. It's holding 69 degrees, and it's about 20 degrees colder outside, so that's nice. And I took the time to go ahead and put the cushions back on, put my bedding away, so it looks a little bit nicer in here. And I did the dishes, and the sun is just starting to peek out over the lake. It looks real pretty. Yeah, so dishes done. And yeah, so let's hit the road again and see how far we get. It's as pretty as it was at sunset. It's that pretty in sunrise too. Amazing. So I don't know if anyone is probably wondering about how the power is in this truck pulling this much weight. This boat's over 11,000, so it's with this much stuff on it, it's probably closer to 12. And this Hemi with this 8-speed transmission, I mean, we're going up a very steep grade. I'm not even pushing it that hard. Right there, just hit another gear, and it'll hold 50 to 55 no problem, even up the steepest grade. So I have to let off of it or it'll just keep revving and keep accelerating. So yeah, we have no shortage of power pulling this thing. And the brakes on the trailer are so great. I mean, I had those electric brakes just redone, and it stops really good. So acceleration or power and braking are not a problem. The only safety concern at all towing this much weight is just taking it nice and slow, because the boat's so much heavier than the truck. And the trailer's been real smooth on this trip. I haven't had any problems at all, so it's been good. Alright, so morning update. Just stopped here, topped off the gas since it was under $5. It's ridiculous, but true. And we're right here east of Reno, near the industrial park, right near the Tesla Gigafactory, which is pretty cool. Can't actually see it from the road, but tried to get out of this gas station without hitting anything. So far so good. So anyway, we're be on the interstate for a little while, then we turn north and go up through Klamath Falls, Oregon. That's the plan. The less freeway the better when towing this, and as slow as we have to drive, really. So I kind of like that route. It's also the shortest route for distance, which is perfect considering we're going slow, and the least amount of traffic. So yeah, so far everything is going to plan. We didn't hit anything, and we're about to get on the freeway. Reno. This is where we turn north, so the last of the freeway driving for a while. So we're coming down in the valley here into Susanville, California. Our route has us going through the northwest corner of California. This is one of the last big towns, and then it's real small towns all the way to Oregon. So next time we check in, we'll be in Oregon, I think. And interestingly enough, the gas prices haven't changed too much from those rural Nevada towns. I mean, it's still in the $5 range. So even so, I don't know why rural Nevada is the same price as California. That's pretty crazy. So taking a little break here on the side of the highway. We're in the far northern part of California, right at the tip of the state. I don't exactly know how far it is to Oregon, but we're getting real close. scenery's changed a lot up here. It's cold now for sure. There's snow on the side of the road in places. I'll flip this around so you can see. But it's beautiful up here and pretty secluded. Nice area, really. I mean, wouldn't mind spending some time around here someday exploring. Doing sandwiches for lunch today. Turkey and Munster cheese. Kind of nice carrying around the kitchen with you everywhere you go. Come on, there's got to be this is not a busy area, there's got to be a break in traffic. So update, still headed north, getting awfully close to Oregon. We're 23 miles from Klamath Falls, which is in Oregon. I don't know where the border is exactly, I don't recall. It's interesting because the goal was to not buy any gas in California, and we have 43 miles of range left. So that puts us in range of Klamath, but we're running it right down to the end here. So the weird thing is I don't know what navigating, like if we're going right through Klamath or exactly what. So hopefully we don't have to go out of our way, but because it has us taking a left before we get to Klamath Falls, and but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a service station up there somewhere. We're going to risk it and get out of California and save probably $1 something a gallon. That's the goal. So getting close. Keep you up to date on how that goes. Don't think we're going to run out of fuel, but you never know. Cut it a little tight. I think we just went into Oregon. There's not much of a greeting, is there? But there it is. Tiny little sign. Welcome to Oregon. So we're coming into Klamath Falls, and this is why when we bought this truck we spec'd the extra sized fuel tank, because we just did Sparks, Nevada to Klamath Falls, Oregon on one tank of fuel with a Ram Rebel 1500. So that was a heck of a run, pulling 11,500 pounds. Of course, without the trailer we have double the range, but it's nice to be able to do that even towing. So Klamath Falls is a big place. Presumably there's service stations all over, but I haven't seen one yet. We're going to hit it as soon as we get to one, that's for sure. Alright, well, how cheap do you think it's going to be? I don't think we want to wait much longer. Oh yeah, it's a big difference. $4.59 instead of $6 something. That's a big difference. Or $4.69. Can we fit though? 15 feet? Shit. It's not the easiest place to get into, is it? Height, not a problem, but width the problem there. Yeah, so we actually found gas at $4.49, which would make it the cheapest gas of the whole trip here in Oregon. I would have thought Arizona or Nevada would have been cheaper, but this is the way it worked out. So kind of a hole-in-the-wall gas station, but we made it in, so see if we can get out of here safely. So I caught the receipt from the gas station we just stopped at, and I told you it was kind of a podunk, kind of a hole-in-the-wall gas station, and figured out why their gas is so cheap, because their pumps are obviously not calibrated quite right, because they said that we took over 29 gallons of gas, and we only have a 28-gallon tank, and we weren't empty. So at the most we should have taken 27 gallons, and probably more like 26. So their numbers are pretty far off there. So anyway, such as it is, I'm not going to raise a fuss about it. I'm going to go on with my day, but thought it was kind of funny. Driving next to Klamath Lake. Pretty scenic drive. So we're cruising across Oregon, and we're next to Odell Lake, which is a really beautiful lake, and the road goes right next to it all. I'm not really wanting to stop because I'm just trying to get there, but see if you get a chance to see it from the truck here. That's a pretty beautiful lake. There it is. Kind of lake that I would want to launch this boat in, I think. I don't really know what, you know, it's not that big, but it looks really beautiful. So, just took a little pit stop, got a soda pop, and we're on our last leg of the trip. 87 miles to go, about 40 miles of interstate, and then a whole bunch of small Oregon road to get there. So we'll film a little bit more, we'll film our arrival, assuming we make it. It's getting awfully close at this point, so far so good. Check in soon. So we're just coming into Grand Ronde, which is where my mom's property is, and the distance still empty on the truck says we should be out of gas right now. I thought I had a margin there, but I really wanted to get here to the casino because they have the cheapest gas around. Luckily I have a can of gas on the boat, so if we do run out before we get there, we can just put a little more in, but we're like 1 mile from the casino right now, so I think we're gonna make it. So we're gonna find out. Looks like we did it. I suspect this thing's real empty. I'm curious to see how close to running out we really were. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up and see how much it takes. If it takes 29 again, I'll know that the other guy's pump wasn't wrong, huh? But I don't think it's going to. Let's see. I'm thinking 28. Oh, never mind. We won't know. The pump ends it. The pump only wants to spend $125. Oh, that's stupid. The question is, do you spend the credit card again just to find out how much gas you had? I mean, maybe. Seems kind of silly though. Alright, well I just ran the card again just so we can know for the future. We had 27 gallons, 27.18. So maybe that other guy's pump wasn't wrong, huh? We have a bigger gas tank than we thought. Alright, there you go. 3 more gallons, so 27.1 plus 3 more. Dang. Alright. Good to know, huh? Parking lot right now, but we're gonna squeeze it in there. And I'm actually gonna back it down the road to the house, so this ought to be interesting. Alright, here we go.
Steep grade for that boat and that truck. Nice.
What's going to be really interesting is backing it into the yard because the gate's very narrow, but I'm going to try to hit it on the first attempt here. But the turn's also really sharp. Probably need to take the sway brake off, actually. Well, let's see how we do. Jeez, this is ridiculous. Big thing to try to get in here.
Hey, you better straighten it out. Babe, straighten it out. The front of the boat's gonna hit the gate. This is a tough place to back into.